We're not there.
Now this is now we use the set studio that year. We'll tell you say we will fit hold the sunset for you for 8 hours of shoot. And exactly what happen. So imagine if people see sunset, they're happy before they set camera, it don't disappear. I feel I'm now do adverts. I'll say, you see, this is the reason why you need to come to the studio.
That's true, man. What to do?
Yeah.
But once in a while, people don't have that ability always, right?
Sure.
So they need to make it up.
And utilize what they have.
What to do? So, Ava,
Good.
I'm happy to see you.
Me
Very happy to see you.
Me too.
How that rain treat you the other day?
Might not be small thing, no. Luckily for me, I did indoors.
Ah, that's nice. So most of your activities you do them indoors.
Yeah, everything happened indoors. You know that joy when they update that there will be rain on so day, and you don't want to go to work that day, so you wake up around 7 a.m. and like, you go down
it's
and
like
you be like
a dream come true.
Exactly, you be like, God, send down the rain. So when there is rain, you'll be expecting your boss to say, okay, guys, there is rain, so don't come to work.
And the rain was really heavy.
So when nobody's saying anything, you'll be checking your phone. So we boss never talk. What did they happen? So you'll be like, boss, how far?
Even boss, they as they sleep, they ask us, how far?
How far? Now she don't see this train now. No come. So until he said, yeah, everybody should just stay back home. The rain is too much. So and
that's cool, man. Man, to be honest, this is not like a podcast. It's just for us to
chat.
Just have a community chat.
Nice one.
Just sit and chat like brothers and friends. But since we have camera, why we not go record? We can record. We put it somewhere out there, you know. Somebody can learn one or two from it. And
last time I tell you, say we will get a session. My story will inspire you. Catch you today. I remember. I will say no question, but that one no concern me because I get many things where they bother me what I must ask.
I remember. But this one is no be podcast.
No be podcast.
Not just gist today, gist. You know?
Not gist.
Because you know, so plenty people and they get ambition to start their own businesses and so much more. Yes. And so maybe a thing like this can actually help somebody someday when they come over it. But it's actually a tough journey, which anybody who is thinking of embarking on should definitely be ready. Physically, mentally, and financially.
There is one thing I was telling one of my Germany friend here. I told him that back home, we are very, very strong that most of the Africans, you know, they're entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's true.
We have a lot of high rate of unemployment. So meaning that immediately you're coming out from school, you don't even need to be told to go and learn one or two skills.
Yeah.
But there is one thing that keeps troubling me. You know the question? Why is it that most of Africans, when they get to this place, this country, Dubai, they quickly get this big switch that none of them is thinking about how to set up something for themselves. We are all thinking about how to work for someone.
Well, from my point of view, from what I have seen, because I've been here for quite some time.
How many years, if I may ask? Sorry.
I've been here since 2017, so it's getting to 7 years.
Yeah.
And what I have noticed is back home, we have that potential of easily going somewhere and then picking up a job. You know, it's easier back in Africa to just walk and look for your job than it is here.
You're skipping out from what I asked now.
Wait, nah.
I need to wait. I get back.
Wait. I am telling you something.
Okay.
You say we are all entrepreneurs, right?
Exactly. Thank you. You understand me
so
very well.
It's difficult for somebody to walk here and look for something. Before you leave home, you're going for greener pasture.
Exactly.
Good. And when you're going for greener pasture, you cannot just go somewhere and start your own thing.
True.
So most of us, because we have that ability to always cultivate our own ideas and everything, and it's easy for us to just go somewhere and look for a job. But when we come here, we are faced with a different situation.
True.
Where you would have to go to million places before you can get a job that will want you to be there. And even if they want you to be there, they need all of your time to be on that. And you know, we are Africans and we are dedicated when we want to be dedicated, and we are scattered when we want to be scattered.
Exactly.
So once you have that ability to pick up a job here,
You give it your all.
you give it your all, and you fail to understand that you are here for greener pasture. And you try to find this, like, this is what I want, and this is what I got, and this will be able to solve my problem, and I'll be able to save this. And you're like, oh, I'm good to go with this. So we tend to have a robotic mindset where we wake up in the morning, we go to work finish, we come home, lie on the bed, phone,
Sleep.
and then we sleep while the phone is watching us, and only the alarm will tell us the next day that we have to wake up. And this cycle continues, continue. Why? Because we have failed in the fact that just the mentality that we had to take a longer time to look for a job make us to fail from our dreams.
Yes.
It makes us to fail from our dreams. It makes us to understand that finding a job here is really difficult. So how will I be able to survive? You understand? How will I be able to survive without it? And this is the thing that is killing some of us. Because when we just get into that job, since it's stealing 90% of our time, the little 1% that we have, we don't want to split it nicely to develop ourselves into what we wanted to be. We just get too contented in that part. And there, we fail to get that our African entrepreneurial dream. To be honest.
Seriously, you hit it.
But if you find that 1% of people out of the 99% who are actually splitting that extra time which they have out of job, then you will see it's either they are making more money or they are doing their own business on the side, or they are working by themselves. So it actually takes a period of time for you to be able to develop this thing, because one, here you buy everything. It's not like Africa where you are born there. You just know that you can wake up in the morning. If there's no food at home, you can go to your auntie and even do one thing and have some food. Or you can go to the farm and harvest, or you can do this and do that. We have nothing here. From water, the only thing we don't buy here is oxygen. That's the only.
You pay for the AC.
Yeah, we even pay for AC. I don't even use, I pay. You understand?
You're right.
So those are the kind of things that are really killing those African entrepreneurial mindsets.
You're right.
If there could be a chance where people could actually find a job that they love and make use of their extra time in developing their skill set to what they truly want to be, then everyone will be happy to be wherever they are.
Yeah.
Trust me.
From everything you said, I picked some very, very nice points from you. It's not all about having the 100% time, but how you structure it matters.
How you manage that 1%.
How you manage it matters. Because initially, when they were coming up here, they have these bigger plans of getting a greener pasture.
Yeah.
How to liberate their family back home from poverty and the rest. But now, when you come here, before you get a job, you go sweat now.
Of course,
you understand. You
You
go
know
pay
easy.
agents. You go pay agents.
know
They
easy.
go disappoint you. So, but when you've done all those things and you finally secure yourself a job, you now start getting this mindset of how to hold this job and not to lose it, how to give your all to this job and not to miss it. But now, going back again deep to what you said now, we have this particular 10% that we need to utilize to better ourselves, and which most of our African brothers, they miss this particular 10% because most times they do use it to just press their phone and sleep. Most times they just use it to gossip around and do some other things and sleep. Now that brings me to my next question. While moving up to UAE, to Dubai, do you have this particular dream like, I dey go here, make I go conquer?
I told you we are not asking this question.
I'm not asking a question, bro. I'm just trying to be plain, but no. A lot of guys are learning from what we are discussing now.
No, to be honest, what you've just said, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a bricklayer. To be honest, after I finished my primary school, I had that love to be a bricklayer because I have that creativity mindset in me. I love to do things. I love to bring things in life, to give life to things, not only ideas. I grew up knowing that no, I'm going to be a bricklayer. And even when I had to finish my primary school, I had the chance to go to technical school and grammar school.
To go
But
and
due
grow up.
to some certain conditions, I was forced to go to a grammar school.
Oh.
Due to some financial conditions, I was forced to go to a grammar school where I spent most of my time while on school. And luckily, God bless me, the campus in which we were, because it was a dormitory school, a boarding school, so it was still under construction. So we were the second batch, and the building, the infrastructure was still in progress. So my every Saturday, I will go there to do my construction. Like as usual, I will go there and help them. I tell them, you don't have to pay me.
My God,
Yeah.
you're doing this free for them.
Yes, I tell them, you don't have to pay me, but I just want to assist. If you want me to mix some cement for you, want me to carry blocks for you. And that is how I developed this. And trust me, this was the thing that saved me after I left a university. After I left the university, studied Italian language, and my program didn't actually work. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Kalewale.
Kalewale. Into construction. Bought my equipment, everything. Man,
Wow.
I used to do 100 bags of cement
My God.
in 12 days to mold bricks. 100 bags of cement in 12 days. Some days, like the starting, I will do like 12, some days 13 bags, and someday I'll do less.
And you really love what you're doing. You're not doing
I
it. You're not forced
it,
doing
bro.
it.
My mom was like, oh my God. I will take my money and send my child to school to come and be molding blocks, to come and be doing construction. And sometimes I will go to this construction site, finish from there early as 4 o'clock, 4 p.m., get my bicycle and ride to the farm to go and check how my cocoa pots are doing, my cocoa trees are doing, and so much more. So it was kind of a multitasking lifestyle that I had led. And when I had the chance of not going to Italy, I had to switch my dream. I'm like, I want to go to Dubai. You know, as an African child, once it's in your mind that you have to travel out, there is nobody who can drink water. Nobody will eat, and that food would rest in their belly. Not even you. Nothing was sweet to me. My only dream was to get out of Cameroon. And I happened to come to Dubai.
Before you say this, I have a question for you. People keep saying things about having very strong passion and like having a very die-hard passion that they can do everything or anything just to keep it. And from everything you've explained now, I can really understand that this bricklaying, you have a very, very high
I
passion
had
for it.
ambition. I was like, when I get to Dubai, I will do
You
bricklaying.
do bricklaying
I swear.
for real. Like you had this great passion
But
for
you
it.
know what?
What happened?
When I got out of the plane, I could see heat from a distance like that. As I stepped my feet out, I jumped back in. And this was in September,
Oh my God.
when the climate is even getting better. You know, when there was humidity and heat, not the dry. I cancelled. I said, no bricklaying. Lie. I cannot come out from my country and walk in this heat. And that is how I cancelled my ambition for bricklaying.
My God.
Just like that. Just by the weather condition. And trust me, sometimes it is not only about your dream, you know. It's first about your health. It's first about your health. If you find anything that you feel that is going to be a hazard to your health, no matter the dream that you have on it,
you can switch.
You can switch. You need to prioritize
your
health.
I have a question for you. I promise not to ask any question. And if you watch, since we've been having this conversation, I've not asked one. You said something that's about your passion, your dream, and your health. My question is, let's keep aside that this particular passion or this dream that you have of being a bricklayer is not affecting your health. Or let's say you finally come to Dubai and Dubai is as chilled like Europe. Every condition is nice and you're getting everything you want, and you got an employment in a very nice company as a bricklayer, just like what you've had this dream for. But Don't
Okay.
speed up.
Okay.
But
Hurry up. Hurry up.
calm down.
Calm down.
Your blood don't dey hot. But now, the pay is not encouraging. The pay is
See,
nothing.
the truth about life is
Mhm. Now,
nothing starts from big.
now, can you quickly switch that particular dream because you have something, you have a better option that will pay you more? Let's say now the bricklayer, the bricklaying stuff in that country in Europe or anywhere is paying you, let's say $10, and now there is this opportunity that will be paying you $100, and you can easily switch to that. Can you leave that your passion, your dream that is paying you 10 to that one that is paying you 100?
I will have to weigh them. See, this is a passion thing, right?
Mhm.
And the most important thing is you want to see how someday you can monetize your passion.
Exactly.
Okay. Passion is something we want to live on. These are the things that we do that we truly love. We don't get tired at doing them.
Exactly.
And to be honest, you can build passion from anything at any time. So what?
Really?
Yes. What was your passion now was not your passion when you were crawling.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted
What
to
was-
argue. I
what-
wanted to argue that, but you hit it immediately.
What was your passion when you started saying, "Mama, Mama"? It's not the same when you started speaking.
Mhm.
So as the stage of life increases, okay, as you grow older,
You're seeing
you
life,
tend to see
expanding.
those things that you can physically do them, even if it means you are doing something from here, but you're picking resources from here to come and back up this one, which is your passion.
Mhm.
You are still ready to do it. Your passion, if it doesn't give you money to survive,
Mhm.
then you have to go for something that will make you survive first, because you can only create ideas when you have life.
True. Where you
So,
can even survive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if my passion will not give me money to buy this glass and see that I can drink water out of it, of course, it's still my passion. I will not throw it away.
Mhm.
I will put it on the side, but get something that will be able to furnish me with the money that I can use to pursue my passion, even in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years. And that is why, even though I didn't go into construction
Mhm.
when I came, but I still have my technical ideas with me.
Okay.
So I can still do my wiring. I can still change things in my house. Like the other day, I had my bathroom shower had a problem. I had to fix it by myself.
So
And when I got hooked, I went to look for the spare part. I could not find the exact spare part. That's why I had to call my building maintenance. And when they came, it took him only 5 minutes to repair because I had done the rest of the work.
okay.
So that is still my passion, which I'm doing. You understand?
Yeah, it's still
But
there.
yes,
It's not like as if you
it didn't die. No, it
Okay.
didn't die.
Now, still, let's not look as if we drifted out from where we started, which is how we can alleviate Africans in UAE from this particular circle of repeating the work, sleep circle, work, sleep circle. Now, issuing out how they can at least bring out like 1 hour out of their time to learn a skill that would bring them back to their initial plan. Now, coming back to when you now came into Dubai and you found out that, man, this one too much, I can't continue. Can you still like gist us your story, how you were able to switch, or was it difficult for you to find a job when you got to Dubai? Or
I did a BSc in economics. Okay. So when I got here, it wasn't that easy. Just like anywhere else in the world, it wouldn't be easy. I had to look for the means that could keep me survived for a certain period of time. But a crocodile will always be a crocodile. If you remove the crocodile from an African water and bring in the European water, the crocodile will still remain a crocodile. A catfish will still remain a catfish if you remove it from African water to the European water. So I have always been a crocodile. I've always been that tiger. I had that eager to learn new things. I had that eager in me from childhood to create survival motives. You understand? So this thing has always been in me, and it has always pushed me to be able to survive in any place that I go. Why? Because I don't just sit and wait for things to happen. I sit and think and see, what can I create? What can I do to make that is selling in the market? What can I do that is in demand? So those are the kind of things that I always set my mind to. And one of it was getting computer knowledge.
Okay. Wait. I don't want to take you back.
Wait,
When you were in Africa, you didn't have the computer knowledge.
not that much.
You started building those skills here.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I've always loved them.
I commend you for that.
But I always loved them to have that computer knowledge. And someday I happened to find a job because where I was, due to the little computer knowledge that I had, and I could be able to make CVs for people. They go attend their jobs. And someone walked up to me and, can you make a CV for my brother? Because my brother needs to go for an interview. I did the CV in less than no time. And the brother is like, no, I'm not going for the job because I don't want to do stewarding. And that is when the person told me, you have a job? I'm like, no, I'm still looking for a job. He said, why don't you come for this? So immediately I took, switch his name, put my name, switch his number, put my number, switch his photo, put my photo. I didn't even worry about educational background because I cannot be going for a stewarding and applying with a BSc in economics. It's just like saying, I don't want this job, but I need the papers to stay. So I put the lowest education that I could think of.
And that was how you got your first
And
job.
when I got there, I met with the employer, the manager. We had a chat. I told him, see, I'm not really good at talking with plates. Put me somewhere I can talk with people because me and plates are not brothers and sisters. I have good command of English. I am bold to speak with people. And I have been selling with my mom in the market since when I was a kid. So when it comes to selling and talking with people, I have that agility, you know, that mindset to always push the words out, no matter what is happening. And when it comes to listening, I listen very well because that's how I've been able to prosper with my mother's business. And it's like, no, this is all what we have. Then my next question was, is there any other stage? He said, yes, you will need to speak with the HR. I'm like, okay, then there's no need for me to waste my energy and talk to this man when I still have an HR. And that is how I dropped my CV. I told him, yes, I'll go for the job. I was waiting to get to the HR. If the HR tell me no, I will not go for the job. And when I met with the HR and the HR manager, I told him, see, this is me. This is what I have done. This is what I can do. I don't think talking to plates would be a best option for a person like me. And immediately he told me, yes, that's true. But unfortunately, the place you're applying for, they don't have the position you're looking for. But there's an intermediate position. Would you consider that? I'm like, what is it? It's like food runner. I'm like, will I talk to guests? Will I see guests? Will I smile at guests? He said, yes. I said, then I'm good for it. And that is how I moved from stewarding CV to a food runner.
Wow.
So you can see that we can be able to bargain depending on what we feel that we qualify for.
Exactly.
And
it all runs back to one particular skill from everything that you said. I'm trying to summarize it to one. Having a very proper communication skills, right?
yes.
Meaning that you might have all these
And the zeal for not settling for less.
Exactly. Communication skills and a zeal for not settling for less.
Yes.
Now let's start with the communication skills, because I know people that have a very good communication skills, but
they settle for less. They settle for less.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the communication skill now helps you to speak out, bro. I can't trust with plates.
And trust me, when you go for an employment interview and you make the employer to understand who you are, even if they have to say yes to you, they say yes to you in a different way.
True.
They know this is somebody who is eager to grow. This is somebody who knows what they want. This is somebody who is mentally thinking about his future.
This is somebody that doesn't want to settle for this.
And after 6 months of me getting this job, I went to the manager, the same manager. Then I asked the manager, it's been 6 months, I didn't get any appreciation letter. Am I going to get like a salary increment? See, at that point, I am an employee, right? I am here, I'm doing a job. The business is booming. Employee needs to be compensated, right? Okay. Even if it's not by salary increment, at least a 3 months increment, 3 months incentive, all those kind of things will push the employee to like, and I was always giving my best. You understand? Even at the point where I spoke with this manager and the manager is like, no, this. I'm like, okay. Then I went to my colleagues and I told them, I'm not sure if I'm going to spend up to 1 year in this place. And they told me, yeah, that's what we said when we came, but we are 6 years now. And I look at one of them and I told him,
that's not me.
You and me, different people. And that is it. And my last day of working was 1 year. I was hired on the 17th of December. I resigned last day, 17th December the next year. And how did I get my next?
Don't speed up. Let me be the one asking the question. Before you resign, have you applied for something else, or
See,
you
the
started
best
making
time
the
to look for a
plans?
job is when you are on a
Working.
job.
Okay.
You understand? So when I told myself, from that day I spoke with the manager, I told myself, within this period of 6 months, right, I don't have to complete another year with these people. So that was when I started to apply for job. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm that kind of person. I can stay in one company, but I need either position and salary increase. I need them, both of them. You can give me a next position, increase my salary by 50 dirhams. I'm okay.
Provided there is this move.
Yes.
And that move
I
shows
like
appreciation.
progress. I like progress, and I love to be appreciated. So, and that is how I did. Even when I had my second interview, they were like, "Can you come?" I'm like, "No, I cannot come because I'm working, but I'm very much okay to have a call interview, even if you want to Zoom. I'm very okay." And the manager was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I was like, this is me. I speak Italian, and it was an Italian restaurant as well.
Wow.
So, and then the manager was like, "How long have you been selling?" I told the manager, since when I started talking. Yeah, because I've been with my mother in the market, seeing my mother selling. She would tell me, "Pick this, give me this money. Do this, do this, do this." I'll be doing it. So I've been selling since when I was talking. And she's like, "My God."
The first day
And that was how I got that job. I never met the manager face to face. I never got to. And how did I get this job? I applied for a different position and I got an email, but I didn't see that email until 1.5 months. So I reached out to the manager who sent me that email. I'm like, "See, this is what happened. This is what happened." But he said, "I've looked at your CV and I really like your CV. And there's an Italian restaurant. Would you consider that?" I'm like, boom, why not? And this was a Japanese restaurant because I was also working in a Japanese restaurant. So it was easier for me for the Japanese restaurant. So I'm like, why not for the Italian restaurant? I don't mind. I speak Italian, so it's going to be easy for me. But my key was not Italian. But Italian was my selling point because it was an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
My key was to get a job with a better salary
Yeah.
and better position.
So the question is, what position did you later switch from?
I
Now,
switched
from everything we are getting, so that we're not mistaken, guys. You started as it was supposed to be a steward, but due to your communication, nice communication, and the zeal not to settle for less,
Yeah.
you switched to. Can they hear it from you?
I switched to food runner.
Food runner
Yeah.
now, and you after 6 months, you have to come back to them and say, "Bro, what's going on? Is it that there is no appreciation? Am I not doing well? Or is there anything I'm missing? Can we talk?" And you were not getting a good reply. And
course.
from there, you said to yourself,
I'm not
1
going to stay
year,
here.
I'm not sure I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay more than 1 year.
I said to myself and to my colleagues, and they were
And
laughing at me.
again, you are saying one good stuff to them, that the best time to look for a job is while you're still in a job.
Yes.
And you picked up that decision and you started looking for something nice. And after 1 year, you got something else in
No.
another place.
After 1 year.
Within that 1
Within that 1 year, I got something else.
You got something else. And what was the next job role?
So I got the next job role as a waiter.
A waiter.
Yes.
With a good pay that was better than what
Yes.
you had there.
With an 80% increase.
Okay, can
on
we get
what I
the
was
experience there also?
So when I went there, it was really good. Yeah. It was amazing. And well, what I didn't tell you was while I was doing the food runner job, I happened to stumble on one paper, because you don't keep papers for me anyhow. My eyes are very catchy.
You read a lot.
Especially when there's money involved in it. My eyes can see money figure on a paper from that side.
And you're not accusing your woman that she's the one that has a very long sight. Not you're the one.
Progress. For women's, different. This one was for progress purposes.
Okay.
So I saw one invoice of somebody charging 15,000 dirhams.
15K dirham.
Was it? No, 12K dirham for 4 hours of food photography. And I'm like, ooh,
Interesting.
this is my 12-month salary.
Interesting.
Somebody's getting it in 4 hours.
What are you doing that I'm not doing? Or what
What
are you
is it
doing
that
I
this guy is
cannot do?
doing that I cannot do?
Question.
Man, I looked at this and this thing bothered me. And that was when I told myself,
And you're still in the food runner
yeah,
stuff.
I was still in food runner. That's when I told myself,
Interesting.
I will get into videography or photography. And trust me, that is when I jumped to start doing research about cameras and everything. So when I quit from that job, I got my second job. I was still doing my research and everything and everything and everything. And boom, Corona came.
2017 you worked till 2018.
Yes, I got
2019,
employed.
then 2020 now for the corona.
No, Corona came in 2019.
2019 end,
Yes.
yeah, towards the end.
So when Corona came, there was some little money I had in me because since I had been researching, right? Me, I'm that kind of person. I love practical activities.
Okay.
So I love to put things in practice. So I believe if you're learning something, especially if it's a physical substance or an equipment, having your own gives you a wider way to learn better than somebody who just go to school and learn and come back. So that was my reason why I told myself, okay, I have to buy my own camera and so much more. Because at that point, I had someone who had a camera. Then I went to him and said, please give me your camera. The story he gave me, I'm like, never. I will find a way and buy my
This
own
is story
camera.
for another podcast.
Yes!
For another time.
It's a story for another story. So I'm like, oof, I must buy my own gear. And that was when I started researching about cameras and so much more. I got first camera, got the second one, didn't like it. Then I got a professional camera because I had that possibility to get a job which required that professional camera. And I'm like, why should I not go for it? So I had to save
And all
some
this
money.
was happening when you were still a waiter, or
Yeah,
you're doing all this.
yeah, I was doing all this
You're
while
managing it.
I was still a waiter.
Sorry if I'm not asking too much. What was your work time when you were still a waiter?
I would go to work. I used to do
How many hours work?
10 hours, including
10
1
hours.
hour break.
10 hours, including 1 hour break. How
And
many days do you work in a week?
6 days a week. I only have 1 day off.
6 days in a week, and you only
Yeah.
have 1 day off.
But the thing that made me progress more was one, COVID. Since I already had that mentality. So when COVID came, the little money I had, I invested on some camera gears. I was practicing like almost every day. Even why during this period. And that is why it's affecting me nowadays. Sometimes if it's not 4 a.m., I cannot go to sleep. If it's not 5
Program
a.m.,
yourself.
if it's not 5 a.m., I cannot fall asleep. You know,
You
it
program
has
yourself.
really eaten into my blood because I would come back from work sometimes at 3 a.m. I need to study my camera to do 1 or 2 things. I need to learn editing from different software, try to know how
Sorry.
different.
I don't want to put you back always. You don't have any editing skills even before you came here.
No,
You were learning everything all together.
of
That's
course, of course.
My God.
The only thing I knew about is window media, which we were using to play music.
My God. I guess all the Gen Zs, they don't know what
You-
is window media.
You understand what I mean? So I didn't know about all those. I learned all those
Everything
from
you
the
learned.
transition of Corona to now.
Wow.
And that is how I moved. And later on, when I got familiarized with the camera, I could now start getting little paid jobs.
But do you have friends then? Do you have people that you do interact with?
And
Even
to be-
roommates
To be
or anything
honest,
like that?
I'm not a
Or
friendly
colleagues?
friend person.
Really? Okay, you're just a one-man mopo. You're born by yourself.
Yeah, not really. I'm that kind of person. I love space. I love to think. That's why sometimes, even at my first job, my colleagues will tell me you were supposed to be a military person.
Okay.
Because anytime you find me, I'm thinking of one thing. If I see something there, I'm like, what can I do with this thing? I would think and then take it to heaven and bring it back.
Okay. You don't
So-
have any friend at work?
So most of the
You don't
time,
have any friend at your accommodation? You're
Mm.
just a
like
after work,
after
back
work,
home,
to
street
my
person.
room, I can count how many times I've visited another room in every place that I have lived. My
How about girlfriend then?
Girlfriends a little bit.
So how do you manage the too much being focused in actualizing your dream with also staying true to your loved ones?
To be honest, for you to become better at some point, you need to detach yourself from so many things. You need to make the people around you know
That this is what you're going for.
This is what you are doing. This is what you're going for. Because I was that kind of person. First, my ambition for women was not that strong. Because I wanted to be a stronger person, stronger version of myself. So if it means me using my camera and you getting angry at me, that's okay.
All right.
You understand? So that is how I could manage my work, my self-learning, and relationship
stuff. Okay. You said after 2020,
and after that, when things resolved, COVID went down, we started working again, and I resigned from my job.
So what made you
I was
resign?
tired.
All right. What year was that, if I'm not?
This was 2021.
2021, you
Yeah.
resigned. So what made you resign?
That was June. I resigned actually in July. June, July, August, September. I resigned in June. I always give a 3 months notice period.
You gave them 3 months notice?
Yeah, I always.
Why 3 months?
Everywhere I've been.
Why 3 months notice?
Well, the reason
because the normal is 1 month. So
yeah,
3 months.
The reason is I always need to make my employer know that I'm fed up already. But my work quality doesn't change. That's one thing with me. My work quality doesn't change. My punctuality doesn't change.
Give your all.
Everything stays the same. But I make you to understand that, see, this is what I want to do. Even at that point when I was leaving, my manager was like, okay, I want to give you a head waiter. I'm like, no, don't give me a head waiter. I'm already at the point of leaving. Give it to these people who have the ambition to stay. I was tired of Dubai. I wanted to go me back home. And after I had resigned, so I resigned, like I gave the notice to the manager so they will be able to find somebody else, right? So they will not be in a shock. I don't like to leave like
break things, yeah.
Yeah. So when I left, that manager actually left before me. Yeah. When I had informed, he left before me. So when I resigned and then I told my mom I resigned, my mom is like, you are not coming back home. Why? I don't want to see you. I'm like, what the F? I'm like, Mama, I resigned already. She said, you are not coming back. You look for another job. Then that's why I said, when you build trust with people, you build good connection, you always find a way out. And then I just pick up my phone. Boss, my mother refused me from coming back home. I need a supervisor position. You have any for me? From waiter, I'm looking for supervisor position. And he's like, no, man, at this point, there's no supervisor position. But let me know if you want to come as a head waiter. I'm fine to bring you in. I'm like, done. I'm in.
Let's give it a shot.
Boom.
Let me know speed again. You know, each time we're talking, I try to bring out some soft skills that I'm observing from everything you're saying. So from everything you said here, I still see a very strong discipline in you. And not just about discipline that this is what I want and this is what I'm going for. And I can't change who I am because this is who I want to, or this is what I want to do. Because most times, most guys in Africa, each time they want to quit their job or they want to leave, or each time they are fed up, you can easily tell from their attitude, right?
Yeah.
You see them, they stop being punctual. You start seeing them fight with their upper hierarchy or anything. And the reason why they are doing it is because they feel like, okay, after all, I will leave, right? But you, knowing fully well that you're fed up, you want to leave, you didn't do any of all this. You always try to keep this good mark, that even if you leave, you're living with this good mark.
It's all about who you want to be tomorrow.
So who do you want to be tomorrow that make you?
I want to be a business owner tomorrow.
Okay.
I want to be a multi-billion business owner tomorrow. I don't know when, but I remember somewhere in 2019 during Corona, I was having a chat with one of my colleagues. And then I told him by 2035, I want to be sure that I have my company and M.M Production will be the mother company where we will have other companies subsidizing under M.M Production. And he was like, man, this is 2019. I don't even know what will happen to me tomorrow. And you're talking about 2035. I told him, yeah.
Planning ahead.
Yeah.
Ticked out
I told him, yes. I don't need to sit and think about today when I have to leave for tomorrow. God has already blessed me with the gift of life. I need to make those plans for God to see that, no, this child of mine is planning and I will keep him safe for him to see.
Actualize it.
Yes. And that's what I always tell people. The grace of God is already ordained in our lives.
It's sufficient.
But if you decide that you want to have water in this glass, the first thing you need to do is to have the glass.
Exactly.
If you don't have the glass, you will not have water in that glass. So those are the things I put in place. And when this guy looked at me and my dream, because I had seen this thing, I told myself, this is what I want to be tomorrow. I want to have a media company tomorrow. I want to have a media company tomorrow. I didn't know if content creation was going to be something crazy. By then, I even had my friends who were telling me, man, get into TikTok, get into this. But I was like, I don't have time. I was cooking, building, making sure I'm touching everything that I have to touch. And to be honest, it's been a tough time, but once you are consistent in what you want, once you know it, that this is what I want, then you will build the right mindset to get to that place, no matter how hard it might be. That's why I told you, sometimes you might have a passion, but if your passion cannot put food on your table, you need to hold that passion in one hand and use the other hand to make sure you get the food that you need. Okay. And when he accepted me to join him, that's how I got there. 2 months of working there, I transitioned to the next restaurant because I had a Japanese experience. So that's how I transitioned to a Japanese restaurant. And also, he was moving to the Japanese restaurant, the manager who employed me. And when I got there, I didn't kill same head waiter. So I didn't kill my love for photography. Remember, it became my passion.
You got it from being a waiter.
Yes.
The first place.
Yes. Remember, it was my passion.
Yeah.
But I was focusing on my job. And that's why I told you the reason why some of us will fail is because we tend to live a robotic lifestyle. You understand? We tend to live a robotic lifestyle. I have my colleagues, we will go to work. Once we come back, they'll go and sit and then they are talking about Lionel Messi, who is somewhere, who will never come and give them 100 dirham. They are talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, who is somewhere, who will never come and say, okay, bro, take this and support yourself to buy jersey when I'm playing. I spend those time on learning about a camera. I will save my money from my salary and buy that camera. And then I will come and do photo shoot for them and take 10 dirhams, for example. You understand?
Wise.
And that is how I got into cameras. And when I got this third job, the day we had immersion, where newcomers come in and everything, when the marketing manager popped in and she did her introduction, immediately she left. When we went on our first break, I went to the learning and development manager. I'm like, please, can I have the contact detail of this marketing manager? I would like to join the marketing team. Wow. This is in my 3 months. And by then I already had my camera. So I was doing most of the photo shoots in the restaurant. I didn't hide my passion. I brought it with me. I would come with my camera on duty.
Your new passion.
Yes.
Not your bricklaying.
Bro, I told you can build any passion you want.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't hide my passion for photography. Let me put it that way. Yeah. I will come with my camera, create reels, make videos for the chefs, and someday the GM saw it. The general manager of the hotel saw it. Then they opened a position for a social media intern and marketing coordinator. And they had no candidate for that level, and they were almost closing. That was when the GM spoke to my manager and said, I see this guy is good in this. There is this position that is almost open. I don't know if he's good in office work or in computer, but let him try it. That's when I took that opportunity full flesh. When that guy explained to me, I went direct to the marketing manager. I'm like, see, I've always dreamed to work with the marketing team. This has always been my zeal from the very first day I saw you. I knew that you guys need me. And this is what I can do. This is what I can do. And that's how I started my internship in marketing and then transition to marketing after 5 months.
Wow.
So you see?
Very, very fast.
And remember, I didn't go to marketing because I wanted marketing. I went to marketing because my dream tomorrow is to have a media company. So exactly. I want to know how the back end is working.
So you're trying to build up all those
I want to know how much is being paid. I want to dive more into the commerce of a company.
And now from there, now you're learning even all the digital marketing skills that
I was actually the digital budget guy. Even my digital marketer didn't know budgets. So it's like I did something, and I think I need more money. I'm the one to say, how much do you need? He will tell me, blah, 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 blah. I need to write message. When he gets something, I'm the one meeting the finance team and say, see, this is what we need for this. We need to make this payment, this and this and this, and the money will be released. So when I got to that point and I told myself, well, I think this is the right point for me to say goodbye and try something in the market. To go out and see what the market has for me. And that is where I had to resign from my work and dive into photography and videography.
At least by then you said, okay, you've gotten all the skills and you've learned the marketing part of things. I think this is time.
Like I run my advertisements myself.
I can see.
I run my advertisements myself. I know exactly how much I will budget for this, how much I will budget for that. I do those myself. I do my advertising creatives myself.
So, you know, we have so many guys out there listening to you, and I would love them to learn from your stories, because most times Africans, we are just locked up that if you're not from a wealthy family, that this is just how it should be. I know of many Africans, just like what you said, one of them told you that, you're saying this, that you resign in 1 year time. This is what I said.
Yes, was when I came.
And now I'm in 68.
68.
I know many people do say that. And they always believe that the only person that can scale through is when you're coming out from a rich or wealthy family back home. I don't know if you have one like that. But you said something already that's closed that particular question. You said that your mom gave you a strict warning that, bro, no come out.
You're not coming home.
You're not coming home. If you know how to make it, you do better do that here. Because it's either there, not in here. So that brings me to next two questions that I have. I don't know if we are putting up in this session or next. Two questions about self-confidence and rejection. All through your course doing all this, have you ever faced rejection, or have you faced a time in your life that your self-confidence has been attacked? We can keep that till next time.
Yes, let's keep it next time because I'm very hungry. I don't have time.
Peace out, guys.
I don't have time.
Nice one.